This is a story from the Quran. Death cannot touch us here. Look at these walls. These rocks are eternal. This is a nation that turned their blessings into weapons of arrogance. One God? Leave the gods of our fathers. Saleh alayhi salam has lost his mind. He is mad. To them, guidance was an insult. Truth was not something to follow. It was something to laugh at. Listen to him. He speaks as if the skies are about to fall. What a fool. But the skies were not silent. Warnings had already begun to descend long before they ever realized it. You want us to believe you, Saleh? Fine. Make that cold rock give birth. Bring a camel out of solid stone right now. This is a miracle that walked between them, a living sign they themselves demanded. By the gods, look at its eyes. This is not from this world. Enough. If we let him continue, we lose everything. They thought they were ending a problem. In reality, they were starting a countdown. 3 days. 3 days between their laughter and their destruction. 3 days to realize the truth they mocked. This is the story of Thamud. In many Muslim homes, children grow up hearing the names of destroyed nations. Ad, Thamud, Pharaoh. We memorize the verses, but we don't feel the trembling. It becomes a history lesson, not a warning. Today, people travel to see their ruins in Madain Saleh. They take pictures, they touch the walls. Wow, look at the detail on this rock. These people were geniuses. It's beautiful. They see beauty. They don't see the grave. They don't realize that the Prophet Saleh forbade us from entering these places. So, who exactly were the Thamud? Why did Allah choose this specific miracle, a she-camel from a cold rock instead of fire from the sky? And above all, how does their story prove the truth and the miraculous nature of the Quran even today? We will find out. In this story, the story of Thamud begins at a time when arrogance had reached its peak. They mocked Saleh, they mocked his warning, and they mocked the idea of a single God. Saleh wants us to abandon our father's gods? I have never heard anything more foolish in my life. But the real beginning was on a morning when the sun rose gently over Al-Hijr. Light spilled across the valley, chisels struck stone, dust floated in the air like golden mist. Some men were sharpening tools, some were washing their faces at the spring, some were stretching awake from their beds. The sun is already up and you are still snoring. Are you going to sleep all day? Get up! Merchants were arranging dates in baskets, mothers were sweeping their courtyards, children were chasing each other between half-carved pillars. Who is that standing up there? Is that Saleh? It was a man they admired, a man they trusted, a man they believed would one day lead them. He stood on a high rock, the place where leaders usually made announcements. He took a deep breath, and his voice echoed through the valley. "Oh, my people." This wasn't a trader's call, nor a craftsman advertising his work. This was a warning that would split their valley in two. People stopped their work. The chisels stopped moving. They looked up. What is he saying? Why does he sound worried? And then, in front of his entire nation, Saleh said, "My people, before I speak, answer me this. Have I not grown up among you? Was I not the one you trusted, the one you had high hopes for? Yes, you are Saleh. You are the wise one. We thought you would be our leader." Just like the people of Mecca called the Prophet Al-Amin, the people of Thamud saw Saleh as their hope. Saleh paused. He had their attention, he had their confirmation, and then he dropped the truth. "Then I warn you, worship Allah alone. You have no God other than Him. He is the one who shaped you from this earth and settled you in it." The moment those words left his mouth, the air in the valley changed. A screaming silence fell over their faces. They looked at each other in shock. What is he saying? Is he telling us to leave the gods of our fathers? Is he crazy? And then the silence broke, not with belief, but with anger. A leader stood up, his face red with disappointment. "Saleh, is this why you gather us? To insult our gods? To tear apart our way of life?" This was the moment Thamud's fate began to turn. A single morning, a single speech, a single refusal that would echo until the day they were wiped from the earth. But why did they hate him so much? Why not just ignore him? Scholars explain this beautifully. You see, Saleh alayhi salam wasn't just some guy. In the Quran, the elders say to him, Kunta fina marjua, you were our hope before this. This means Saleh alayhi salam was the golden boy of the tribe. He was the one they expected to be their next chief. He was the one who was supposed to protect their traditions, their pride, and their idols. Before he ever said a single word about Allah, they already had a name for him in their hearts. Trustworthy, wise, promising. And notice this, Allah did not destroy them the first day they mocked Saleh. The sky didn't split open, the earth didn't swallow them immediately. Why? Because guidance is never forced. It is offered again and again. Conversations, warnings, private talks, public speeches. So when we hear about their destruction later, we have to remember it did not come out of nowhere. It came after a man they loved spent years trying to save them from that morning onward. The respect was gone. Saleh alayhi salam would walk to the marketplace to preach, and the insults would hit him before he even opened his mouth. Make way for the messenger. Make way for the man who thinks he is better than our fathers. He would try to speak to a group of poor people to give them hope, but the elite would cut him off. Oh Saleh, you tell us to fear the unseen. Look at my palace. Look at my gold. Does it look like your God is angry with me? Everywhere Saleh alayhi salam walked, voices followed him, some mocking, some laughing, and some afraid to even stand near him. Don't look in his eyes. He is mashur. He is bewitched. The jinn have taken his mind. The insults turned into stones. The 9 most corrupt men in the city, the gang leaders of Thamud, started a campaign to break him. If you are truthful, bring the punishment. Why wait? Bring it now. Imagine the pain. These were his own people, his own family, his own tribe. People who once celebrated him now treated him like an outcast. Oh my people, I do not ask you for wealth or power. My reward is only from the Lord of the worlds. But asking a blind man to see only makes him angry. They didn't want logic, they wanted a show. Do not listen to him. He has abandoned the ways of our forefathers. He wants to humiliate us in front of other tribes. They waited for him on roads. They threw stones near his feet. They ridiculed his prayers. And every day the valley echoed with bitter taunts. Madman, troublemaker, destroyer of tradition. Enough talk, Saleh. You want us to believe? Then stop speaking and show us a miracle. Their hearts were hard, their arrogance was rising, and their defiance was reaching its peak. But something darker was coming, something that would change everything. As the days passed, something darker began to spread in the valley. Mockery didn't work. The stones didn't work. So the chiefs played their dirtiest card. Isolation. Listen to me. Saleh is a disease. If you sit with him, you are infected. If you trade with him, you are infected. Cut him off. It wasn't just about unfriending someone. It was a survival threat in a tribal society. If you were cut off, you were dead. Do you want to lose your inheritance? If I see you with Saleh again, you are not my son. Get out of my sight. The valley was split in 2. On one side, the mustakbirun, the arrogant elites, the chiefs, the wealthy. On the other side, the mustarafun, the weak, the poor, the ones who had nothing to lose but their souls. Don't let your sons go near Saleh. People are watching. Mothers began pulling their children away. Neighbors lowered their voices when he walked past. Old friends crossed the street to avoid him, not because they hated him, but because they feared being seen with him. Saleh, we respected you, we trusted you, but now you bring nothing but division. Quran tells us, they said, you were our hope before this, but now he was their fear, their discomfort, their challenge. My family threatened to throw me out if I follow you. A silent war began inside homes. Brothers argued, fathers threatened, groups formed in secret, some supporting Saleh, most opposing him. The valley that once echoed with chisels and laughter now echoed with something new, suspicion. The chiefs realized they were losing control. They realized that fear wasn't enough. They needed to humiliate Saleh once and for all. They needed to give him a challenge he could never, ever complete. He says his Lord can do anything. Fine, let's test this Lord of his. This is how arrogance grows. When advice fails, when warnings fail, when truth stings the ego, they demand a miracle, not to believe, but to challenge. The pressure kept growing. The arguments became louder. The chiefs became bolder. They wanted to end this Saleh problem today. And then, one day, they decided to corner him. Saleh, you claim your Lord sent you. You claim you speak the truth. Fine, prove it. A crowd gathered around them. Workers, traders, elders, children, noisy, curious, mocking. Saleh alayhi salam remains calm. Years of insults had not shaken him, but today they were not just mocking him, they were mocking Allah. Bring us what we ask for, if you are true a messenger. Give us a sign from your Lord. What sign do you seek? The crowd murmured, eyes shifted, whispers grew, until finally an elder stepped out, the one known for his arrogance. Do you see that rock? That cold, hard, dead rock? If your Lord is real, ask him to bring a she-camel out of that rock. But the elder wasn't done. He wanted to make it impossible. Not just any camel. She must be huge, she must be red, and she must be 10 months pregnant. This was not a request. This was a trap. They chose a miracle that defied everything, nature, logic, reality. If you can do this, Saleh, we will believe in you. But even a child could see the lie. Their eyes showed challenge, not sincerity. Their hearts wanted defeat, not guidance. Bring your camel, open the rock, show us your sign. Saleh alayhi salam looked at the rock, then at his people, and then at the sky. He knew something they didn't. He knew that when Allah responds to arrogance, He responds in a way that leaves no excuses. If Allah gives you the sign you ask for, will you believe? Will you obey? Yes, we will believe, we will follow. They promised with their tongues because they were sure it wouldn't happen. They had no idea that their request would seal their fate. The valley was still. Even the wind paused, as if creation itself was waiting. Saleh alayhi salam stood before the people, the rock they pointed to, cold, ancient, unmoving. Thamud towered behind him. O my people, be truthful now. If Allah gives you what you ask for, will you believe? Yes, we will believe, we will follow, but the mountains have heard many promises, and not all came from sincere hearts. Then Saleh alayhi salam turned to the rock. He placed his hand upon it, and he made a dua whispered between a messenger and his Lord. The valley went silent. The wind stopped. The mocking stopped. For a few seconds, there was nothing but the sound of heat rising from the sand, and then crack. Back up, it's gonna collapse. The crack widened, the sound deepened, a low, shaking rumble that reached the heart before the ear. Men stepped back, mothers pulled their children close. The chiefs stared, frozen between pride and fear. By God, something is inside. The rock split open, and then, through the dust, a shape emerged, massive, tall, red hair against gray stone. It's alive. From the cold, dead heart of the mountain, a living she-camel stepped out. She was huge, towering over their normal camels, and she was heavily pregnant, just as they had demanded. Her eyes were unlike the eyes of any creature they knew, deep, calm, witnessing, as if she had come carrying a message and a verdict. The valley fell silent. Even the children did not dare to breathe. This cannot be real. Stone cannot give birth. But it was the miracle they demanded, a miracle Allah delivered, a miracle that walked among them, huge, majestic, untouched, pregnant, just as they had asked, drinking from their springs, roaming their streets, a sign so clear that even arrogance struggled to deny it. O my people, this is the she-camel, Hazihi Nakatullah, of Allah. Some felt their hearts soften, others felt their egos burn. But one thing was now certain. This miracle did not come to impress them. It came to test them. And Thamud was about to fail that test. A miracle had arrived in the valley, clearer than sunlight, stronger than pride. But miracles do not come without commands. O my people, this is the She-Camel of Allah, a sign for you. She has a right to drink, and you have a right to drink on separate days. Do not touch her with harm. If you do, the punishment will be instant. The command was simple, clear, direct, but arrogance hates simplicity. So she drinks from our spring alone. It was true. The camel drank an entire day's water from the main spring, and on the next day, the people drank. A rotation, a test straight from Allah. Look at that beast. She is draining us dry. My livestock are thirsty because of this. But here is the part the ungrateful choose to forget. On the days she drank their water, she gave something back. She would stand in the center of the village, and her udder was full. The poor, the weak, and the children would come with bowls and buckets. She gave enough milk to feed every single person in Thamud. We gave water, but we got sustenance. This is a mercy from Allah. Do you see how they look at her? If we let this continue, Saleh will be the king of Thamud by next year. The chiefs felt the ground slipping beneath them, their power, their influence, their pride. A camel, just a camel, was undoing decades of their authority. I don't know why, but when I see her, I feel fear. I feel peace, as if she came with a warning. The valley divided. Some hearts opened, others hardened like the stone, and soon a plan was whispered, a plan born from jealousy, fueled by fear, and destined to doom them all. The miracle should have softened their hearts, but for some, it only hardened the stone inside them. The plan was set. The 9 men gathered in the moonlight. They were drunk on arrogance, but they needed a leader, a man with a heart of stone. His name was Qudar bin Salif. The Prophet Saleh described him as the most wretched of the ancients. He volunteered to take the first strike. Hold her down, I will finish the myth. The majestic beast, the sign of Allah, collapsed to her knees in the dust. She tried to stand, but her legs were gone. As she fell, her eyes looked for one thing only, her baby, the calf. Terrified by the blood and the metal, ran towards the mountain. It screamed 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Her cry echoed through Al-Hijr like a warning, a sound the valley had never heard before and would never hear again. Scholars say those 3 screams were the 3 days of respite Thamud had left. Where are the angels? Where is the lightning? Look, she is just meat and bone. They butchered the meat and distributed it, celebrating their victory. This was the ultimate defiance. It's done. Now let us see what Saleh can do. And Saleh alayhi salam, the man who spent years trying to save them, walked to the fallen camel with eyes full of pain. You have harmed Allah's sign and brought destruction upon yourselves. The valley did not understand it yet. They laughed at him. 3 days. They thought it was just another empty threat. They didn't know the clock had already started ticking. By morning, the news had spread across the valley. The camel was dead, and with it, their last excuse. Any normal human being would fall to their knees and beg for forgiveness, but Thamud was not normal. They were proud. On the first day at noon, whispers filled the streets. Families noticed their faces changing, a sickly yellow, as if fear had taken physical form. Look at me. Why does my skin look like this? It is nothing, only the heat, only restless nerves. The second morning, the yellow turned to red. Their faces looked like they were soaked in blood. The panic turned into madness. Do not fear, Saleh is lying, nothing will happen. Then why is your face red like ours? Silence. And here is the most insane part. Instead of repenting, the 9 leaders got angry. They gathered one last time. If we are going to die, Saleh is coming with us. Tonight, we kill him and his family. Imagine the arrogance. Their faces are burning red with Allah's punishment, and they are planning a murder. They march towards Saleh alayhi salam home in the dark, but Allah's plan is faster. Before they could reach him, a shower of rocks fell from the sky and crushed the 9 assassins instantly. The leaders were the first to go. The final morning arrived, and with it, the truth. Their faces had turned black like smoke before a fire. Children cried, women wailed, men stood frozen, waiting for something they could not see but could feel. The 3 days are over. The sun is setting. That night, no one slept. The valley was silent, not out of peace, but because every heart knew the next sunrise would be their last. The 3 days were over. The sun began to rise over Al-Hijr, but the valley did not rise with it. A stillness covered everything, as if the air itself refused to move. And then the sky screamed. The Quran calls it As-Sayhah, the blast. It wasn't just a sound, it was a sonic blast. As-Sayhah. It was a shriek from the angel Jibril that ruptured their hearts instantly. It didn't give them time to run. It didn't give them time to scream back. The Quran says they were found jathimin. They were found lying flat on their faces, knees crushed into the floor. The arrogance was literally flattened. The people who carved mountains were now just dust inside them. Saleh alayhi salam and the few believers were saved, walking away from the ruins. But before he left, Saleh turned back one last time. "O my people, I delivered the message of my Lord to you, and I advised you, but you do not like those who give sincere advice. But you do not like those who give advice." In a valley filled with echoes for centuries, that day there was not a single sound. Thamud, a people powerful enough to carve the earth, could not escape a single cry from the one who made it. Thamud was not destroyed because they were stupid. They were geniuses. They were destroyed because they thought they were safe. They thought their money, their stone walls, and their status would protect them from God. Today, we don't carve mountains, but we carve other things. We build careers, we build status, we build egos. And just like Thamud, we think, I am secure, nothing can touch me. The scariest part of this story isn't the scream, it's the reaction to advice. When Saleh alayhi salam gave them advice, they didn't say, you are wrong. They said, who do you think you are to tell us? Ask yourself when a parent or friend or scholar corrects you, what is your first reaction? Is it thank you, or is it who do you think you are? If your heart hates advice, then be careful. That is the seed of Thamud growing inside you. They rejected a camel. We scroll past the reminders sent to us every day. We see the signs, but we don't stop. The test is the same, only the scenery has changed. Don't be a nation that builds strong houses, but has weak hearts. I hope you understood the message, and I hope this story shook your heart as much as it shook mine. Before you go, I have a small request, a genuine appeal. If you want us to complete every story in a way people can truly understand, please consider joining our Patreon community. By supporting the channel, you allow me to hire editors and researchers so we can produce better content faster. Or at the very least, just subscribe, just leave a like, just share the story with someone who may need it. And honestly, what you give might be less than a cup of coffee, but the reward, inshallah, it will be heavy on your scale. Keep this ummah in your prayers, and may Allah protect us from arrogance and rebellion, and keep our hearts sincere always. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.